Conrad Layn. I'm going to share my wonderful story of how disrespect can lead to more growth as a person, and you have to keep a level head and keep it cool. You know, you'll be trialed and you'll be disrespecting in business, but do not lose your cool. You're supposed to be a professional, and that's just what it is, people. So I'm one of the Turo hosts that on YouTube and TikTok and all over that talks about six-figure and how to build seven-figure wealth with rental car business, but also talk about the ugly, dirty side where your cars are stolen, where there's Turo claims that aren't paid. And I talk about the good and the bad side, but do I still love the business? You bet your bottom dollar I do. So I love the business. I love Turo. Turo's not perfect. I'm not perfect. No one's perfect in my personal opinion. And if you're perfect, then you can teach me the way. But I haven't met one perfect person in my personal opinion. But the point is that I don't just want to share all the beautiful side of making money. I want to show you the trials and tribulation, the stressful side, so you can make a fair judgment. So now for today's story, beyond six-figure earning, I'm going to share my story on how a vice president of a nonprofit 501c3 who graduated from Cornell, who's a professional, who actually helps minorities and people in the educational sector and financial sector get grants and help them, people that are disrespected. And she became a bigot with me. I didn't understand it. Her name, people, is Ariadne Raymond. I'm gonna show you proof. She's a vice president of this well-known nonprofit. I had the luxury of meeting this fine person who disrespected me and called me a slimy N-word. And I'm not going to fill that word in. Clearly, for those that know my channel, I'm a Black American male, and you might, this is not meant to be political. It's not meant to make anyone feel a certain way. It's not about that. But I do believe that in business, it's about the business. And if you're unhappy with something, no need to disrespect someone and berate them and talk about their culture, their ethnicity, their accent, the way they look. It's disrespect, you know. Let's keep it fair. It's about liberty here, right? And in her profile, she says she represents liberty on her LinkedIn, and I'm gonna show you that, and I'm gonna show you what the definition of liberty actually means. And this was not liberty, but let's get right to it. So, long story short, she booked a trip with me, and Turo requires Turo hosts, and if you're a Turo host, please do this, notify all your Turo guests that have a trip with you that are coming into an airport that does not, if the airport, if there's airport delivery like LAX, I'm in Los Angeles. If someone chooses to pick up a car at LAX airport, the airport, for example, does not allow pickups and drop-offs. San Francisco does not allow pickups and drop-offs. This rule can always change, but at this point, at the recording of this video, LAX airport does not accept Turo pickup and drop-offs. If you're a Turo host or Turo guest and you pick up a car or drop off a car and the cop catches you, which they monitor license plates because they have cameras at each parking lot structure and also in the terminals styles, you'll be charged $200 per pickup and drop, which is $400. And if you're a Turo, you can have your account flagged and also canceled. And I'll show you proof of that. I'll show you the Turo policy that specifically says that and states that. You're supposed to put the notification that LAX airport or your airport does not accept Turo pickups and drop-offs in your vehicle listing, and also supposed to send them a message and notify them, and that way they have the opportunity to cancel, and at least they're aware. And as if you don't let them know, this Turo will count this as a Turo host no-show if you did not put in your Turo vehicle listing, and you'll lose $50 to $100, get an automated review, and it hits your metrics. Very, very important. So again, I digress. I sent this message. And just simply in the summary, just let you know about the LAX airport. I put the policy in the description if you want to read the policy further. I'm going to comb through the policy very quickly, but if you want to read for yourself, I left the policy in the description. I also sent it to the guest to make sure they fully understand. I put Turo LAX new rules. See right there? That's actually the policy link. So when they get this message, they can actually get it. I sent it through Turo messaging, so it's documented. I let them know about the fee. I also let them know that I'm not responsible for the fee. You must let your Turo guests know, the Turo renter know, that you're not responsible for the Turo guest fee unless you're going to pay for it. If you are, that's kudos to you. But if you're not, which I believe if you're choosing to come to LAX airport, you can pay that. And I let them know very clearly. So if they pay that, they can't get mad at me and try to get a reimbursement or try to hit my metrics or some type of way or cancel the trip because they weren't aware. So very, very careful. The point is, there's a Turo rule. These are two airport locations that are very close to LAX airport that I've worked pretty well, that Turo has an agreement with. So these are Turo approved locations. They're managed by a company called SP Plus Management. And what they do essentially is they offer a free shuttle that picks people up, Turo guests, from the LAX airport for free and drop them off at Valley Park LAX or 405 airport parking. And that's the way you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to allow your Turo guests to get on a free shuttle to go to the nearby local LAX airport lot that's offshore, not right there at the LAX airport, or you'll be fined, cited, and you can have your account closed. Turo does not allow this. I explained this to this guest. I let her know, and this is her response. This is absolutely horrible. I just flew 15 hours and landed and have to deal with this. I specifically chose this rental because you can deliver to the airport. You should have alerted me that before you took my money. Now, she said I took her money. For those that are watching this, if you're a Turos, you know this already. But if you're not a Turos do not get paid until after the trip. I did not take her money. Turos do not take your money. We don't have your credit card information. We don't have your information. We don't have any payment information at all. We're just a third-party service that's provided to you through Turo. That's it. I'm not a Turo employee. I'm not Turo the company. But unfortunately, Turo hosts, since we're the human, we're the face, we get a lot of disrespect. And Turo's the company, so they don't care. They'll just blame the host that they meet with or that they're talking to. They'll call you, like she harassed me, called me over like 20 times. She called me like 12 times. Then she called me another 8 times. I talked to her over the phone. That's when she called me a slimy N-word. It was very disrespectful. And she tried to strong arm me. And then she said, you should have alerted me. I did let her know up here. I did not take your money, which I explained. You paid Turo. Turo changed the rules. There's a new rule change, which it is. Before LX allowed or didn't really get down on Turo hosts or stop Turo hosts from picking and dropping off, but it became a problem to them. So they said, you know what? We don't allow this any longer. But they used to allow pickups and drops. That's no longer the case anymore. So that's not our fault and everything. But people blame us like we changed the rule. So that's no need to call me and disrespect me. I'm doing my best to work with you. And again, even though she was disrespecting me and being very rude, called me a lot of times, sending really crazy messages, I kept a level head, cool, and I was really nice to her. And I called her to try to help her. She said, I have almost 2 million followers on social media. I'll talk to everybody how this happened to me. Right now, I need a car, or I'm going to be late for my appointments. How do I get the car? You provide me a phone number that I've called no less than 12 times with no answer. And I replied, this is very rude of you. No need to bring up how many followers you have. I mentioned to you that Turo makes the rules, which they do, and that I'm trying to work with you, which I was. Turo made this change. I'm on the phone with Turo to find out if Turo can step in and help. I don't think you're understanding that Turo is a company that is telling me not to meet you at LAX airport, and you pay Turo, not me. I'm on the phone with Turo. I'll give you Turo update shortly. She said, cancel my reservation. I will not be coming there. I have 3 large pieces of luggage. I couldn't possibly drag them on the shuttle. That's why I personally chose a drop off at the local airport. And then I contacted Turo. They canceled the trip as she requested. But when you cancel, you get charged a cancellation fee on the guest side. So she wasn't happy about that. And she said, you owe me full refund. You're slimy. But over the phone, she said, I'm a slimy N-word. I had to cancel because you could not fill the contract. Horrible. I'll post all these text messages on social media. So she harassed me here, sent me multiple unwanted messages, said she's going to post all this on social media. She threatened me. She canceled. And she said, I have almost 2 million followers on social media. So she tried to strong arm me and disrespect me. Not cool. Not cool at all. Let's go up here. Clearly, as I mentioned, I clearly put here in my Ford Fusion listing, new LAX airport rule. Look at that. This goes in full detail. That was there. That's my profile. I'm a 5-star host. Matter of fact, let's go down here. Look at my reviews. Good review, good review, good review, good review. I'm a power host and I take this seriously. And there's no reason for disrespect. And the point is, it's bigger than me. I don't matter at the point. Turo hosts in general, I'm doing this because Turo hosts, doesn't matter what caliber you're at, what level you are, you should not be disrespected. You should not be berated. You should not be made to feel any type of way. You should be able to run and operate a business, and that's it. Someone disrespecting your accent, your creed, your nationality, your gender, or whatever your orientation, wherever you are, whoever you are, it's about the business. It's keeping it conservative. Keep it on the business side. For her to be someone who works as a vice president for a nonprofit to help minorities and graduate from Cornell, who's educated at Ivy League school, to call me a slimy N-word over the phone, not cool at all, really unacceptable, and is an embarrassment to any nonprofit that has hired her going forward. And this shows me who she really is. She couldn't even keep her capacity in Turo messaging, saying that I'm slimy. And clearly the rules say I can't drop off at LAX airport. but she tried to strong arm and say, hey, you better do this. I'm like, I can't do that. Turo won't allow. She didn't care that Turo will cancel a Turo host's account if you break the rules. Also, that I'll be cited. She didn't care at all. She just wanted her way or the highway. And that's why she was super disrespectful. Called me a slimy in over the phone when I talked to her. Called me multiple times from a private phone number. Not acceptable, people. So you have to know your rights and protect yourself. And this is the proof. So again, that's my profile. I have over 1,000 trips, and I am a 5-star host. I rent cars on Turo, Get Around, Hire Car, Avail. This is one of the platforms I rent. I rent to movie studios. I'm a power host. My badge is right there. I am the real deal. And this isn't about me, even though this is about me. It's really about Turo hosts. And any business, if you're a doctor, attorney, engineer, real estate developer, real estate agent, I don't care what you are, who you are, if you're working at McDonald's, I don't care. You should not be disrespected. It should strictly come down to, is the burger at McDonald's good? If it's not good, then tell them it's not good. Don't call the person out of their name. Don't disrespect them. If you don't like how something's being ran, take it to the corporation. Say, hey, look, I don't like this rule. Okay, then that's the case. Then Turo could look in and say, you know what, let's change that rule. But don't blame the Turo host who's just doing their job. Clearly, in Turo host, Turo, the company specifically tells Turo hosts not to go against the rules and to follow the rules to a T and to not drop off at LAX airport. How can you get mad at me? So the way I look at this is that she was just being a bit of a bigot, in my opinion. And you go through that, but please, the main lesson is keep a level head, keep it cool. And let me show you proof now. So this is her name, Eridina Raymond, CEO of Salam. Okay, this is her. Looks like she has a LinkedIn. Oh, that's her LinkedIn. Okay, let's look at her LinkedIn. There it goes. Vice President of Development, Cornell Johnson Graduate School of Management. That's Ivy League. So she's educated. She knows what she's doing. About International Philanthropy Advisor. So she's an International Philanthropy Advisor focused on educating, advising, and transforming nonprofit agencies, foundations, universities, and corporate foundations, and creating progressive, sustainable fundraising platforms, teams, and capital campaigns. So if all this is true, that's actually pretty bad. Does that mean she should know better? She's in the field where she's worked with nonprofits, universities. And let me show this. Vice President, National Review Institute. From September 2022 to present, current to this day, since 1955, National Review magazine has defined the modern conservative movement and enjoyed the broadest allegiance of American conservatives. National Review Institute was founded by William F. Buckley Jr. as a nonprofit 501c3 journalistic think tank in 1991. NRI's mission is to advance the principles Bill Buckley championed throughout his lifetime. Individual liberty, personal responsibility, limited government, free markets, a strong national defense, and the rule of law. The other position, Post Family Charitable Foundation. That's interesting. Chief Executive Officer of Salam Bombay Children's Fund, the Nazi Group, and motivational speaker and trainer. So she's a motivational speaker and trainer calling me a slimy N-word, racial slur over the phone. And in the messaging, she said, I'm slimy, and not wanting to follow the rules. Just because Turo made a rule that we can't drop off, she decided to disrespect me and not listen. And this is her messaging. This is her. And she decided to put, I have almost 2 million followers on social media. I'll talk to everybody. So now she's harassing and she's also threatening me. So I definitely filed a report against her. I notified Turo as well. And she called me multiple times after the fact, which is not cool. I told her I don't even want the cancellation fee I was paid, the $13.12. Even if it was $100, $200, even if it was more, I still don't want it. I really don't. I don't care. This isn't about me. This is about that Turo hosts and people in business are disrespected, and there's no word ready to report. So I want to teach people, even when you're in being disrespected, keep a level head, document, take pictures, file a police report if you need to, file a Turo report, file in your city, municipality, wherever you need to, and document. Because someone like this, is a miserable person. For whatever reason, she felt the need to try to bring race into the case. And all she had to do is say, look, I just don't like the rules. Is there anything we could do? And I would have worked with her. I would try to figure it out like I was trying to, but she started going way on the far side and being racist. And I'm like, to find out that she's a vice president of development for 501c3 nonprofits for institutions like universities, and she graduated from Cornell, Ivy League, and to talk in such a disgusting, crass manner and everything. I expect more for someone who's educated. So I'm just really disappointed. And this is definitely no less than bigotry. But again, this is not a political channel. This is not meant to be like a civil channel. This is really meant just for wealth generation. This is not the channel for that. I'm just sharing my story. So again, it's not meant to be political, just being honestly real and cut and dry with y'all of what's going on. So I always share about how to earn 6 figures, get to 7 figures, how to build your mental business fleets and build generational wealth. But I also like sharing the ugly side where my cars have been stolen, bad accidents, total losses, the ugly side of Turo, ugly side of the hire car, ugly side of rental car business, and including people that are bigots and are disrespectful. So this has happened to a lot of Turo hosts, but online it's very hard to find Turo hosts who will tell you the truth about what's occurred. And I like sharing both sides so you have a fair assessment if this is the business for you. So I don't want to just share the good without the bad. You have to have both to have a solution. And that's pretty much what that is, y'all. But let me show you something else. Did you all know? As mentioned here, this is the policy. See how it says right there? The restrictions, and it tells specifically you can only take these 3 different locations. There used to be more locations, but they were taken off. So the locations can change on a daily or monthly basis. You want to keep checking the policy. But the point is, LAX does not allow, and Turo does not allow Turos to pick up cars at the LAX airport. You have to use these Turo approved locations that I listed in my message I sent to her. And look at this. If your host requires you to cover the cost of a parking fee to enter or exit an airport parking location, which I do, I believe that's their responsibility, not mine. Turo requires them to disclose the information in their vehicle listing, which I did, as I stated over here. Let me go back over here and show y'all. It's in my profile. That's my vehicle that she rented. Right there. That's the proof. And now let's go back over here. I'm gonna show you the email I received from Turo. Turo actually apologized. They felt the situation was so bad. Hi, Conrad. I hope this email finds you well. First off, I want to thank you for being a dedicated power host on the Turo platform. Secondly, I want to let you know that the reservation with Android beginning on January 9, 2024 was canceled, and we recognize the cancellation has taken place outside of the guest-free cancellation window. As such, we are still giving you an earnings of $13.12. This is in line with the cancellation policy. And look what she says. Again, I do want to apologize for any negative behaviors of this guest. If any negative behavior or harassment continues, please feel free to give us a call and we can further investigate. All the best, Addie. So when a Turo Power Host rep, and even if you're not a Power Host, your own customer service rep, we call Turo, if they're sending you a message saying that they apologize on their behalf, is that bad? It's bad, because she was really disrespectful. She called me a slimy N-word on the phone, racial slur, and at the same time, she basically sent me a message saying that she has 2 million followers, trying to threaten me and strong arm me and force me to break the rules, which follow the rules. The laws put in place, rules are put in place to be followed, not to be broken. So that's pretty much what it is. That's it right there as well. That's from Turo. This is my response. Hello, I've been called multiple times by Andre Ryman from private block phone number, and I want to report this to Turo as recommended by Addie, from Turo Power Support. I do not want to ever have this Turo guest again, and I want to return the $13.12 I was paid for cancellation that Andre Ryman requested. I don't appreciate that Andre Ryman was clearly disrespectful to me in Turo message, and she called me to specifically use profanity and racial slur. She called me a slimy N-word. I don't appreciate the disrespect, and even more, the Turos of all levels should not go through disrespect from Turo guests. Turo and LX do not allow airport pickup, and I even sent Turo guests and Reddit Redmond the article and explained Reddit Redmond the Turo policy. And look at that. I have put my trust in Turo, and I want to help Turo hosts who endure mistreatment. So that's my goal here. So I just chopped this up and show you different parts of the email I sent back to them, and that's the policy. And I'm just doing my best to be a good Turo host. And the whole point is there's no need for her to be disrespectful. You gotta protect yourself. Unfortunately, she does represent this organization as well, Champions Empowering Champions. And I'm like, their whole mission is about liberty and like rewarding and college students and empowerment. And I'm like, This is so hypocritical. That's her name right there. I redacted all the other information of the other supporters. That's her information. She helps this other group called Boys Town, South Florida. How can someone be a vice president and help nonprofits and not be legit, like be racist and call people slimy and be disrespectful, you know what I mean? And be someone at this caliber who's educated from Cornell. No excuses, you know, absolutely disgusting, absolutely disgrace. And the point is, this is not personal. I'm just sharing an example that doesn't matter who you meet. Bigotry comes in all forms, education, colors, doesn't matter. It's about business here. Again, this isn't political. This is meant to be business, but just as a businessman or woman or person, you want to make sure that you keep a level head and a cool head. Don't lose your cool, because if you lose your cool, you just lost. Keep it cool and just report to proper authorities and follow the law. Don't bring any laws, people. That's pretty much what that's all about. I mean, besides that, like, subscribe, share. Thank you for following me through. Love you guys, and Conrad Layn out. Peace.